Well, we're back up at the Bray. Coming near the end of January, we finally got a whole bunch of snow. This trusty 4Runner just made it up the hill in a miracle. It's easily 1.5 feet of snow on the ground here, so go Toyota. You can see, I mean, I'm right up to ankle level. Gotta get these cabins open and get the heaters on. Which one's which here? I think that's the right key. Yeah. So, as soon as we get here, first things first, get these heaters going. Hold that down and get this pilot fired. It's hard to do single-handed, but there we go. I'm digging these little Martin heaters. Got to hold this down for a minute. Fortunately, it's not super cold right now. Let's watch this fire here. Beauty. So there's the 11,000 running now. Won't turn it up all the way. So that one's ripping. The one in the big cabin's going. And we're running out of light. So we gotta, whoops, make sure that's unlocked. Oh, come on. There we go. So let that heat up. What do you think, Brucey? So since we got some light left, here's my honey over here shoveling away. Give me a fair bit of that over the next little while here. We got a fair bit of snow, eh?
Yeah, we did. You're a rock star for getting us up here.
Yeah, so the truck, it wasn't easy. We got a good set of snow tires on here. You can actually smell the truck was working pretty hard to get up. But this snow is like, it rained recently, so it's like there's a crust on the top. We don't have a ton of clearance, so that 4Runner was working hard to get up the hill here. And we made her. Hey, Brucey, we made it. We got some shoveling to do. I gotta start a snowblower. What do you think? Happy to be up here?
Yeah.
Bruiser's getting his snowsuit on. Gotta go.
Well, here we are, January 26th, 2024. We finally got quite a bit of snow up here. And Christian got the Yamaha working. We were concerned that the battery was going to be dead, but he got it going after he so magnificently got us up this hill in the trusty 4Runner. So anyways, he's plowing the path to the kids' bunkie. I was shoveling the other two while he was getting that running. So look how far that throws the snow. What do you say?
Well, it's lucky that it started. We brought the jump kit because last time we came up the battery was dead, and then of course I forgot to get a new battery. But that 4Runner's amazing. It got us up the hill. This is deep, wet,
Icy.
sticky, icy, super snowy. So now I got a few hours of snow blowing to do.
All right, well.
To be up here. So.
Alrighty. And kids are, where are they? Using the zip line. Alrighty. We'll get back at you when we're all finished. Take care.
Hey. So we're up here on the driveway. I just want to show you how amazing this snowblower is again. Like, this is really sticky. We got the 4Runner up here, which is pretty impressive in itself, but I'm just getting the snow off the drive. So this thing is just a monster. It's a little quick. This machine just eats snow. Like, this is heavy, wet, garbage snow, and it just eats it. Anybody who's looking to buy a snowblower, get the biggest track Yamaha you can. They're not cheap, but oh my God, does it work good. Like a wheeled blower would not do this at all. We'd be here all day. And if you tried to shovel this, you'd have a friggin' heart attack. There's the doggo. We're almost there for one pass. I think we'll do 3 tonight. Okay, so we made one pass down the drive. My neighbor, who's a beauty, Doug, he helps us from time to time. His boy Owen, who brought us all the gravel for this driveway, he tried to plow this today and he couldn't do it. And he's got a big truck with a plow on it. So it's just too heavy. But you know what can do it? Is the Yamaha. Amazing. This is a YS 928. They don't make it anymore, but I think they make a bigger version than this. It's just so heavy duty. Like this thing's probably 500 pounds. Amazing, amazing machine. Here's Decker pushing her up there. This is wet snow. Man, what a beautiful machine. And these kids are gonna learn how to operate every piece of machinery we have. Tractor, excavator, snowblower. This is obviously a very dangerous piece of equipment, so I gotta keep a pretty close eye on them. But all pieces of equipment are dangerous, really. Oh, he's stuck. Wait, this is what the trigger's for. So when you get stuck like that, you pull the trigger and the whole thing goes up a little bit. So now you gotta pull this in again in order to turn the auger on. There you go. Yeah, so like there's a trick to using this thing. It's not as simple as like a little wheeled machine. Pull the trigger. Pull the trigger. There you go. See how it lifts the front up and down?
Yeah.
So when you get stuck, you pull the trigger and push down on the handles. Pretty cool. Well, there's 3 passes up and down the driveway. That's enough to get a vehicle up here. We'll go for a walk down here later. I'm gonna just go and clear the way to the outhouse. I want to show you how well this thing works in snow that hasn't been touched. And you can see how deep this really is, right? Like, it's gotta be 1.5 feet anyways. But like, the total crust on the top, lots of water in it. So watch this. I'm doing nothing. This thing's going on its own. You just gotta give it a nudge once in a while. It eats right through this stuff. That's some thick, nasty stuff right there. I'm not even pushing this. It's just taking itself in there. Finally some silence. Here's nighttime on a very still winter night. Man, I love this place. We'll check on the heaters. We're off grid here, folks. Everything's battery powered or propane powered around here. My wife's heating up some soup on the wood stove. Everybody's in there kind of goofing around. Let's go in here and see how we're doing. Oh yeah, it's already warm in here. These little heaters are awesome. It's already plenty warm in here. Nice. Signing off. Time to go do some family time. Well, that's night number 1. So still out here. It's not this bright out, but overcast, and we're looking forward to a day on the snowshoes tomorrow. That little light in that cabin is the Martin heater running away. There's also a heater going in here, and we got the damper closed down on the main cabin. We're going to watch a movie. So See you tomorrow. Doing the morning rounds. So quiet up here. Got a little bit of snow last night. Now we'll ruin the silence with a generator. Because we gotta make some coffee. Hey! Come here! Hi. Someone's in her happy place. As is our morning custom. Oh, yeah, man down. We go for a little walk down the driveway here. Looks like there's been some deadfall. Brucey getting some exercise. We'll have to pick that up and get her out of the way. It's always a gamble when we come up here whether there's going to be some trees down on the driveway or not. It's a beautiful morning. A little bit of snow falling. Quite mild actually. It's 0 or 1 degrees here today. This one doesn't seem to mind. So the clearing's got a ton of, whoop! There's all kinds of branches falling out of the trees while we're walking here. So the clearing obviously holds more snow than the bush, but we did what we could to get this cleared out with the Yamaha blower. I'm gonna drive up and down the driveway a couple of times and pack this down so it's a little easier for the next time we come up. Man, is it ever nice up here. Looks like the roofs are holding about a foot of snow. So quiet. Well, except for that mud, of course. Well, I think it's worth noting that if you're pursuing sort of an off-grid lifestyle, the vehicle that you drive matters. This is a 4Runner that's got a diff locker. I'm in low range, so I'm gonna just take you up the driveway here. It's always hard to tell from video, but this is a tricky driveway to get up. So I had, I think I mentioned yesterday, had the neighbor try to see if he could plow this out and he couldn't get up the hill. So we blew it out with the Yamaha, but now it's still kind of rough. But this vehicle with a good set of snow tires on it and low range with the diff locker on, we can crawl up here. And I'm going uphill right now. It's hard to tell from video, but I'm going uphill. And I've packed this down a little bit by driving up and down it a couple times, just so that if it gets really cold and freezes, we'll have a good solid base. But right here is like a steep hill. You would get stuck on this in a vehicle that didn't have the capabilities of something like this 4Runner. I'm not saying you couldn't do it in a truck. I mean, we could probably make it up here in the F-150, but the vehicle that you have is going to make a difference in your access to your property. We're 1,000 feet. Oh, see right there, I got a little bit stuck, but the diff locker pulled me through. So the vehicle that you have is going to really dictate what kind of access you get to your property. This is a 1,000-foot driveway that goes up a hill all the way to the cabin. And because this 4Runner is so capable, we can come up here in the middle of the winter and we can actually get to where we need to go. So food for thought when you're looking at off-grid property. Take a good hard look at how you're gonna get there, because I don't really feel like pulling a snowmobile up here every time I come up. And now here we are up at the cabins without any sweat whatsoever, thanks to the capability of this vehicle. Well, good morning. Thought it's worth shouting out the old pit toilet here. This thing's been here for years. I prefer to use this. I don't use the incinerating toilet. I'm not sure why. There's a significant investment to buy that thing, but I still use the outhouse because I'm just that guy, I guess. But another beautifully still morning up here at the brae. Absolute silence up here. But we got to get back home today. It's Sunday. Let the kids sleep in a little bit, and then we'll get packing up. It's been a lovely trip up to the cabin, and we probably won't be back for another few weeks. So hopefully we'll probably get a bunch more snow between now and then, but hopefully everything's still accessible and we can get up on here in whatever vehicle we bring. But before we know it, it'll be spring. This is the end of January 2024. Oh, nice and warm in here still. Gotta love a wood stove. This thing's been dampered right down all night. We haven't been in here for hours. It's plenty warm in here. Let's see. It's over 80 degrees in here. Amazing. Well, it's coffee time. My wife just woke up. I've been just watching some videos on YouTube, waiting for her. So this is the morning process to go and get some coffee going. You got to get creative when you're off grid. We could use propane, of course, but we have a coffee maker that makes nice hot coffee up here. It takes a long time, but here's the trusty Honda 3000. Pull the choke out. I haven't put fuel in this for, I don't know, 15 hours. So efficient, so quiet. Definitely one of the best investments we've made up here. And we go back into the cabin, and if I hadn't have forgot a couple of our charging cords, we would be charging up our EcoFlow solar generators. So we've been having to be very sparing with the power in those on this trip. One of them was full, one of them wasn't so full. So now that we have 110 power for a few minutes, my bride will make coffee. We always grind our beans first, and we come on in here. So this guy here, we would typically be charging this right now because the generator is running, but I forgot the cord because I'm a meathead. But we got 110 power to make some coffee. What are we drinking today? Kicking Horse. Three Sisters. That's a Canadian coffee brand. Good stuff. We'll be having coffee soon enough. Doing a little exploring in the back 40 of the property here. There's a huge amount of acreage back here we haven't even looked at yet. So we're up on sort of a ridge that runs south to north. We're going to keep going south here and see what we find.
There's a house up here.
There's something about a lump in the ground that kids just have to climb it.
Feels like it's
Pretty steep. How you gonna get down now?
I mean, a mixture of walking and sliding, but not really sliding.
There's a fair bit of snow on there. Well, I'm getting a sweat on. How about you boys?
Yeah.
Snowshoeing's hard work.
Especially in this, because it's like ice and hard snow. Just look.
Yeah, there's a crust on it. It's funny
And then
where you end up. An old abandoned house here along this trail. Beautiful day for this. Hey?
Yeah.
What do you think? Should we head back?
Probably. Look at that.
Yeah, woodpecker's been chewing away on that. So, what'd you think?
It was really fun and fun but really tiring.
Yeah, good exercise though.
Yep.
So we're back on the road. We're gonna walk back to the cabin and get packed up and get out of here. Say goodbye, boys.
Bye.
Hey, mister.
Bye.
So, we've been out for a couple hours now.
Yeah.
How you feeling about the snowshoeing mission? Chaos?
My feet are hurting.
Well, the snow is just really thick. We couldn't stay on top of it, of course, but it's good exercise.
Now I'm on our driveway on my way up.
Yeah, it's a lot easier walking on this than it is in a foot of snow. So we're just gonna go get packed up, and that'll be just about it for this trip to the Bray. Hope you guys have a great rest of winter, and we'll have another video for the next time we come up. What do you think, Decker? How long until we're back?
Maybe like a month.
Yeah, probably something like that. So have a great winter, folks, and hopefully some of you that are watching this video have dreams of being off-grid too, and you're finding a little bit of information or what to do or what not to do from us here at Highland Off Grid. And we're gonna be back. Signing off.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a nice little trip.
Certainly has.
So we're
Nice
gonna,
and relaxing.
this is really a place for us to just get away, right? Eventually we're gonna live here. It'll be 10 years from now though. So it's been nice to come up and spend some time in the winter.
Yeah.
And we're gonna go back to reality for a few weeks.
And then be back.
And then we'll be back. So cheers from us here at Island Off Grid.
Ciao for now.
Take it easy.